What is up, you guys? It's Emma, and today I wanted to talk about TV talent platforms such as The Voice and American Idol and Xfactor, all these incredible platforms that propel everyone into the music career of their dreams. Or not. Now, this topic is like totally old hat. Thousands of other people have talked about this before, but I wanted to offer my opinion because I need to address a question that I get asked a lot. Why don't you go and audition for X Factor, huh? The answer is pretty simple. I do not see the appeal. Now, in no way am I bashing people that have auditioned in the past or have got through or whatever. If you guys have ever gone to an audition yourselves, or you watch the X Factor and you're a fan, that's great, that's brilliant. It just means that you enjoy that kind of entertainment. But this is my opinion on what I feel about the show and why I would never audition. A lot of people that you see that go through the audition process, a lot of them have talent, a lot of them do not. A lot of them are overlooked, a lot of them are ridiculed past the point of belief, because you know what, it's TV, and if you go in there not understanding that before your audition, then you might get upset on the way out. You are potentially going to be singing in front of an obscene amount of people on the television. Okay, there's a slim chance, but this platform could really propel you into something that is beyond your expectations. Those are the only pros I can think off the top of my head. Let's not forget the multi-million-pound contract that you're going to get at the end when you win. All that being said, let's take a look at our cons list. At the end of the day, you've got to understand that this is a TV show and they are going to chop out anybody who is not up to their standards of entertainment. Now, you could be super talented at this point, but they just don't think you should make the cut for whatever reason. Or you can be just not talented, possibly delusional, or maybe you're just doing it for a joke, and you actually get through. Because that's good TV. Now, usually like here in the UK, Britain's Got Talent and X Factor, they all come out at different points in the year. So it feels throughout the entire year that you're just watching this huge queue of people just try out and try out and try out and try out. There's generations now that have been born into this understanding of, oh, I can go on an audition to be on TV. But a lot of people don't realise that there's so many other ways of getting recognised. Not just myself, but every independent artist out there plows their heart and soul into their music. And not just the making of the music, but everything else in between, above and around. The promo, the gigs, the bookings. I feel strongly about putting my own opinion across about these shows because I feel for the younger kind of generations that might want to audition, but they don't feel they're good enough. Perhaps they're actually a bit alienated from all the kind of ridicule that is surrounding the audition process. I would probably guess, I might be wrong, but isn't the audition process the most viewed part of the show? And it's because people love to see people get ridiculed. It's called Schadenfreude or some weird German word that I can't remember. It's in Avenue Q, look it up. But what about the people that actually get through? Are they any good? Really? Yes, of course they are. In terms of entertainment value, they are up there. If you are content in making music or singing or doing whatever it is, whatever talent you have, yourself independently, that's great. But just know that going to one of these TV shows isn't necessarily going to push your career to a higher place. Now, I don't watch X Factor, but it annoys me when people say that they won't watch it because they don't believe people have talent, the people that audition for these shows. Of course they do. Some of them, maybe not so much, but some people do have talent. And they've just chosen this platform to give themselves that extra push, to get that extra bit of exposure, which, let's be honest, is pretty hard to get in the world we live in. The reason I won't ever go to one of these shows to show off my music or my talent is not because I'm scared of not getting through the audition. It's not because I don't want to be within a 5-meter radius of Simon Cowell. It's because, like many others, I've just chosen to go a different route. I want to blaze a trail of my own. There's not one direction here. Oh no. Oh. What I'm saying here is X Factor, American Idol, The Voice. That's not your only option. I know people that have been through the audition process and they actually speak really highly and really positively about the experience. That said, I know people that would probably say the exact opposite. If you've had a positive experience of, coming out of an audition, then that's so great. I'm so happy for you. Speaking from an independent artist point of view, my experience of DIY, doing it on your own, has been so much more rewarding to me. I feel like I've learned so much more along the way. I'm still going and I don't plan to stop anytime soon. I've auditioned myself for different things in the past, and just the experience of, going in and being judged for what you've got to offer, I would definitely suggest that experience should be something everybody has, no matter what kind of level you're at. Whatever the audition is for, go do one and see how you feel afterwards. Come out of it feeling positive whether you get through or you don't, because at least you've put yourself out there. It's really nice when somebody says to you, you should go on The Voice, you should go on the X Factor, because, it's a compliment. A lot of artists, I feel, wouldn't take that as a compliment at all because they feel that the show is just, not their thing at all. But it is a compliment in some respects. I feel like these shows are slowly filtering through our society, and all of the talent that could have been actually isn't anymore, because perhaps they've been stripped of their confidence. They've been given the big X by 3 judges who actually haven't given them the time of the day. If that sounds like you, if you've been through an experience like this and you haven't picked up a guitar since or sang a song since, do something about it, because there is something inside you that actually made you go to that audition in the first place. So don't let that filter away. Just know that there's other options for you. You don't have to go on TV to show people that you are talented. Why don't you show them on YouTube? Why don't you show them by going and performing at a local gig? When it is X Factor season, my whole Facebook feed gets clogged up with complaints about the show because it's not their cup of tea, and why isn't this venue packed to the rafters because there's a great band performing, when instead, oh wait, X Factor's on the TV and everybody's at home watching it. And it's sad to see. My home city, Coventry, has had some incredible venues in the past, none of which are actually even there anymore. And a lot of people seem to think that these kind of shows are to blame. I agree, and I also highly disagree with that too. Yes, perhaps it is discouraging some people to go and watch live music in real life and not just through the telly box, but I think there's a whole load of other factors that come into play with different kind of venues and why people don't go. I don't think it's just because X Factor shows on your TV once a week. That's not the reason. But yeah, I do agree that it does have some pull with some people. I feel that some people would prefer to just kick back and watch X Factor at home. I know some musicians that would be so livid if somebody came up to them at the end of a show and said, "You should go on the X Factor, you're so good." They would be so angry at that. And it's because they don't see themselves within that entertainment world. They don't see themselves in the pocket of people that would audition, that would, give it a go. A lot of people go and audition and then they're like, why didn't I get through? It's TV. Or why was this judge mean to me? It's TV. Why did this person who is quite clearly insane get through instead of me? It's TV. There are winners that have come out of these shows. Some of them, I don't know what they're doing anymore. Where are they making music? Are they working at McDonald's? I have no idea. Somebody please inform me. Just for fun, type 3 names in the comments of people that you know have won in the past, but you don't know where they are now. Maybe their contracts just fizzled out and there was no interest. It just peaked and then it dropped again. And that's all well and good, but where is the consistency? My own personal opinion is that you are going to learn so much more by doing it DIY and not by expecting to come out the other end as a winner when, okay, you're probably not. I'm so sorry, but you're probably not. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you're not talented. I'm sure you are. Or maybe you're rubbish. But seriously, you're probably not going to get through. Don't be surprised if you turn up to an audition and they ask you to change certain details about yourself to the camera. Maybe they'll ask you to change what you're wearing. Maybe they'll change the song that you've been rehearsing for I don't know how long, 4 weeks? They might even create an entire new backstory for you. If you're not prepared to accept that, then maybe it's not for you. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to discourage anyone from going to any of these auditions. I'm just trying to prepare you for what is inevitably going to happen. Going back to why I would never audition, I have been growing my fan base organically for quite some time now, and I really have enjoyed the kind of learning curve that has come with that. The music industry is ever changing anyway, so getting to grips with it yourself and really getting stuck in and knowing what's what is going to help you more than by just turning up to an audition that you may or may not get through. And if you do, awesome. And if you get that £1 million contract at the end, super awesome. And if you don't, just don't feel bad about yourself. Don't get yourself down. It's not the end of the world. Thanks for watching. I'd love to hear your own opinions about this, so leave them in the comments below. Hit like and subscribe because I'm going to have a lot more vlogs coming at you in February. Over and out.